Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first video of 2022 here in the Colonial Dungeon. I am the Colonist, your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty. Whatever you want to call me, I'm fine with most of the time. Most of the time. Just like everybody else, but I wanted to give you all an update. But first, by saying, better than Michael Cole did on day one, Happy New Year, everyone, instead of every Ron. And so I wanted to get that out. Everyone beyond the name of Ron, also, I hope you have a Happy New Year. Now I got to tell you why a few things have happened the way they've happened. Of course, the headline says it all. It's a storyline update and news, and we'll start with the news first. The reason we were going to have Revelation in early December, I believe it was the 11th, roughly, the 10th or 11th, that we were going to release it and have the 4 matches involved. And unfortunately, that weekend, that day actually, was the day that my father passed away. So as a result, the recording schedule just got thrown all out of whack. I'm okay, just in case anyone's wondering, but that's what that is. That's why we were not able to record. Real life stuff comes first. I just didn't have the time. So as a result, we are going to shift gears here a little bit and instead give you the 4 matches that we were going to give you at Revelation as an organized one-day pay-per-view. We're going to be giving those to you as individual matches every Friday this month, in the month of January 2022. So on the 7th, starting on this Friday and going down the line, we are going to have 4 quality matches ending on the 28th. And the last match happens on the 28th, and right after that, on the 29th, starts the 3 hype matches getting ready towards our biggest event of the year, the CIW Anniversary WrestleBr8tion, a matchup, a show of titanic proportions, but no icebergs in sight. At least we hope so, especially with the fiery flames that come with Satan's fury. And now, let's talk a little bit about the stories going in. I'm going to give you, here in this video today, I'm going to not only give you all 4 of the matches that are going to happen coming up in every Friday in January, so you'll get a full list. I'm even going to give you the order. How generous am I, right? And in addition to that, you will also be receiving a few preliminary matches as far as what I'm going to give you. I'm going to tease a few of the matches that have already been confirmed for the CIW Anniversary WrestleBr8tion. Of course, for those of you not versed in CIWology, it's a 4-day event, usually about 15 or 16 matches altogether, about 3 to 4 matches a show, and starts on February 1st. Goes to the 2nd, day 3 on the 3rd, and then, of course, February 4th, the actual anniversary of CIW's launch. 8 years running, even though we took a 4-year hiatus, which, hopefully we won't have to get into too much of, and I'm still a little annoyed about as far as why that happened and who perpetrated that and how we lost all our financing. That was Michael Corleone was so gracious enough to re-provide us. And of course, shout out to Mike, and I hope he's doing well. But let's get into this, shall we? Let's talk about some of these matches we've got. On the 7th, this Friday, 4 days from now, we have got an Exceeds Heavyweight Championship. That's right. We have got Sub-Zero trying to reclaim that which he lost in a one-on-one match against Satan's Cult's own Nathan Von Schrader, who won the belt last week. As if only it were last week, but on Autumn Asylum, who lost the belt to Nathan Von Schrader, who now has the belt. Of course, a rematch clause invokes, so Sub-Zero is going to get another shot, and this might be the last shot. Who knows? Will Satan's soldiers get involved? We've seen it happen before. We'll see. Maybe we'll see it again. Who knows? Satan is going to be peppered all through this January as far as CIW is concerned. Which probably comes as no surprise to any of you who have been following. Then, on the 14th, and by the way, what I'm looking down at is my book. Anytime that a sermon's going along at church, or if I'm just sitting down and trying to figure out what I'm doing, I book. And this is the book in which I book. So everything that you see comes out of this book. So don't be upset. I'm using the cheat sheet. 14th of January. And these are going to be releasing probably at about 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Live debuts, all of them. So, and by live debuts, I mean the premieres. So YouTube doesn't get it mixed. So it's not going to be technically a live stream, but it will be premiering. So you get that like 1 minute of like sports hype, and then you get right into it. Live chat's going to be on. So you will get to interact with both myself, hopefully a Bizzle in the process, and potentially, as we are going to be incorporating him more into the commentary team as needed, Josh Ageddon, who will be on commentary for the Exceeds Championship match. Coming up, January 14th, right after that, we are going to determine in a 5-way battle royal the number one contender for that same Exceeds Championship that is being defended or potentially won on the 7th. So whoever wins that match is going to get to see 5 competitors face each other in an elimination match to determine who will be the number one contender at the WrestleBr8tion. So we're going to get that all sorted out for you. So we will know, and of course, the way that CIW does it is that we have 4 days of WrestleBr8tion, which means that if you have a championship, you're main eventing one of these shows. So it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to claim that spot and face whoever wins the Exceeds Championship on January 7th. Then we have the 21st. Oh, and the 5 individuals. You should probably want to know who those are. The 5 individuals are Captain Planet, Smoke, Simon Belmont, Eclipse, and James Marks. So the Black Rose James Marks, this I believe is his first one-on-one match in quite some time. Ever since I think even before the Purge that took place not too long, not just a short year and change ago. And so those 5 competitors all vying for a shot at the Exceeds Championship that currently Nathan Von Schrader has, but it could be either him or Sub-Zero, depending on how this Friday's match goes. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. Then on the 21st, we have the Tag Team Championships. Because this was supposed to be, when we first were talking about this at Thanks Grappling, this was supposed to be CIW Revelation, a 1-day pay-per-view event. Instead, you're getting title matches all week, all month. You're getting title matches. So we got the tag titles on the line January 21st as Incredizone, the TAW team that has come in and made waves, facing off against the current champions Dirty Wad. That's Dr. Dirty, formerly known as Mr. Clean, and Waluigi. And they will be taking on Incredizone after that shady finish at Autumn Asylum. So they will be getting another shot. And we will find out who is going to be winning that matchup on the 21st. So stay tuned. Tag titles on the line in a return match. And finally, on the 28th, not 4 days before, the CIW Anniversary WrestleBr8tion kicks off, we're going to have a world title match of underwhelming proportions. And I say underwhelming because you're going to be like, oh, really? But I think there's going to be something more to it. I'm a little confused as to why this match is happening myself, but Corleone has assured me that maybe he was pressured into it. I don't know. I'm normally not a Team Wario guy, but I'm going to have to be in this instance. The match we're getting of epic proportion, I shouldn't have said underwhelming because that makes it sound like it's going to be uneventful, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's going to set the entire arena on fire, and that's what scares me. It is CIW champion Wario going one-on-one with Satan himself. This is the first time that Satan has competed for the CIW championship since losing it to Bruce Lee prior to the shutdown. Satan only lost that belt because of a long, grueling match with Freddy Krueger that Bruce Lee capitalized on. So I'm sure in some ways, Satan probably feels like it's a championship he maybe would never have lost otherwise. But you're only going to be able to find out and see. And what is going to happen with Satan soldiers all week, all month, they're involved in title matches. Will they get a reckoning? Will they run rampant? Will we have the CIW championships completely under Satan's umbrella? These are the questions that we're going to be answering coming in through the entire 4 weeks of January, every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, premiere debut. And then finally, of course, the 3 hype matches from the 29th, 30th, 31st of the WrestleBr8tion, and then the 4-day extravaganza, baby. It's all coming at you. A lot going on in CIW in 2022, as well as some of the matches that I want to give you for this event. Allow me to look at my notes. And I'm not going to give you everything, but I'm going to give you some stuff. I'm not going to tell you what days they're on, because what'd be the point of that? You gotta watch. And if you're going to watch, you know how to do it. You like, you share, you subscribe. you hit that bell button to all, so every time another video drops, you know about it when it happens. Actually, you'll know about half an hour before it happens, because they give those nice little notifications about something premiering when you've got it scheduled, and they'll be like, hey, here's your reminder, you're going to watch the match, and then they'll do it again when it debuts. So that's only if you hit the subscribe button. That's only if you hit that bell button and switch it to all. So then you get every piece of information you need to get all of the CIW action that you require. WrestleBr8tion. Let's see, what can I give you? Well, I will tell you that after Bruce Lee kicked the head off of Johnny Cage and got the surprise, well, it wasn't really a surprise win, but got the win over Piccolo, Bruce Lee has demanded a one-on-one match with Johnny Cage, and Johnny Cage has already accepted, obviously very upset and betrayed by his friend. And the reason is, and we will get into this a little bit more heading into the WrestleBr8tion, because on one of the hype shows, we'll also have an addendum, another live stream just like this, going over all the WrestleBr8tion storylines just to catch you all up. It's like the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3, where they give you like 6 tomes of information. You got 6 games worth of lore for you to read before you catch up to that. Well, we're going to simplify it for you. It's going to be just a video, probably this long, giving you the same stuff. So we're going to make it a lot easier on you. We've got the matchup. Michael Corleone tried to flex his guns, wanted to take on another corporate bigwig, and the bigwig that answered the challenge, Shane McMahon. We haven't seen Shane in WWE for a while, so he's going to take a moment off of his busy schedule, doing whatever it is he's doing, running Raw Underground, to come wrestle a match against Michael Corleone. So I'm looking forward to that. Bruce Lee and Johnny Cage, as we just mentioned, confirmed for the WrestleBr8tion. Ken Masters, who was betrayed or just left by Sagat, and is now like, and then of course the matchup they had at Arnhem Asylum that ended in a disqualification. Now they're going to have to fight it out a little bit harder. So we're going to get that matchup as well. Ken Masters versus Sagat, the Street Fighters Implode. And that's all I'm going to give you. The rest, you're going to have to wait and see. So we've got a lot going on in CIW, an incredible moment to be a part of CIW. 2022 is going to be the year that CIW takes itself to lengths never seen before. CIW will change the game, and rest assured, there's a lot of other companies out there who have made a reputation on the groundwork that CIW placed down upon it. We've been around for almost 8 years, and our name was whispered throughout the 4 years we were gone. And why? Because the underground, the underneath, the basement dwellers, as it were, shook the foundation of this business to its core. And in 2022, Colonial Impact Wrestling breaks the barricades, breaks the shackles of the reputation that a name like Impact Wrestling brings, and becomes the CAW faction of YouTube and the entire world. And that, my friends, that's a fact. See you this week.